Just wanted to make a little video on the electric mini bike I just got rolling. Actually, I had it rolling before, but I had a 500-watt motor on it, and with the little gearbox, and it just didn't have the power. Or maybe the gearing wasn't quite right, but it really seemed like it was lacking on power. But now I got a 1500-watt brushless motor, 48 volt. I got four 12-volt batteries there, and a 22 amp hour. But everything else, basically, pretty much built from scratch. Of course, I bought the wheels and the necessary accessories, but made the bars, the forks here, made those out of DOM tubing, sized it up, made sure the want to use good stuff, so make sure it was strong enough. And those beautiful triple clamps got there. Now they're welded, but they work good. Thought about making a Springer fork out of it, but not yet. I wanted to get it running, make sure everything is good, and it goes at least 20 or 30. I need to clock myself and see how much fast it actually goes, but it ran real good. And so there's some loose wires and stuff. I haven't got everything tied up, but I'll do that for good once I painted all and all that stuff. Got a little headlight on it, LED, and triple clamp. Made this out of some diamond plate steel, and I think I am going to put some new bar clamps on it. I made these. They're kind of ugly, but they work. Got the bars mounted. I bent the bars, and it's not bending back with that nice little bell. So throttle works good. Little voltmeter on the throttle up there. Key works, and see what else. Yeah. So didn't really have a plan for this. Just in my head as I went, and little eyeball engineering, shooting from the hip design. But it all turned out pretty good. Got these nice floorboards here. Didn't go with pegs. One thing I haven't done yet is brakes. Yeah, it goes pretty fast, but no way to stop it right now. But got this far. Figure that out somehow. Or if you have some suggestions, done one like this yourself, go ahead and leave a comment down there. I appreciate any input. And yeah, these wheels came from got those at just Harbor Freight, made for like a wheelbarrow or something. But what I did was for the sprocket, I can't see it totally. It's kind of buried in there, but I had a weld on a disc so I could bolt on this sprocket and make an actual drive wheel. And this is for the axle. It's actually a 3/4 inch axle, and all I did was take some DOM for the axle and a 1-inch DOM for the I guess drop out, or the carrier there, or what you want to call it, and a 1/2 inch all thread welded on either side, and came up, just made these two slots right here, so it's adjustable. I can tighten the chain, move it back and forth. And it's one thing I didn't do when I first put that 500-watt motor on there. Chain was slopping all over. And yeah, everything else, I just welded it on one end. The other end, I just, so far, I just drilled and put a cotter pin in there. And so far, it seems to work all right. See what else. Just turn this around on this table here. Get into the light. And oh yeah, can't miss the obvious thing is not rear suspension, but it has rear seat suspension, I guess you'd say. Old downhill bike shock that I had, and spring rate actually perfect on it, and it makes a smooth ride in any kind of bumps when you're sitting down there. And I made the seat cover for this, hand sewed that up, some memory foam, pretty dense, but definitely a comfy ride. And when I first put the shock on, I had it laid down, pretty flat, and it sank way too quick. It was real soft, Felt real good at first, but then I sat on it with all my weight, realized it was way too soft, so I stood it up a little more, and the second try was right on, and it works great. I'm trying to think what else. So in that, you can take a look. Had the bolts with the shock. Just cut up these plates for the mounts in here underneath the seat. Not the prettiest thing. Really go. This whole thing is kind of thrown together quick, and it's gonna last me an idea. Sound like fun. Had the motor and speed control sitting there anyway, so. And that's there. Whole mess of wires. I'll get that cleaned up when I do the final on this stuff. And but for the seat, I did 3/4 inch tubing. Oh yeah, the whole frame is all 1-inch tubing except for these smaller supports. There's a 5/8 square tubing, and the headset is actually just a I don't know, it's a BMX or mountain bike headset that I used, and I just found the right size DOM tubing for that, and bearings fit. You know, made where it was found something that the cups fit into, or the bearing races, and yep, and up through the middle, I have a 1-inch tube, and then it goes up so far, and then so I got the spacer because it ends right somewhere in that nut right there, and shove a bolt going in there just like it would on a bicycle. So, and oh yeah, back to the seat pivot. I believe I just used a 1/2-inch bolt, smooth shaft all the way through up until the very end. Got threads, and that's my pivot point. And yeah, any closer look at this bar clamp here. Just welded some nuts in there, and 2 pieces of 1-inch tubing, and cut a piece of 1-inch tubing in half. And the bar is all 1-inch tubing all the way up that. And actually, for the grips and stuff to make them fit, I had to cut some 7/8 off after I made the bars, and weld those onto the ends so I could fit the grips and throttle on there right. And yeah, the lights and stuff I threw on quick just because I was testing it at night initially, and those actually just plug into one of my cordless tool batteries right here, at least for the time being. I might keep it like that just so it's not pulling power off the your drive, and if you are going at night at all, hopefully go a little bit further. Might make the difference. So yeah, just wanted to show my electric bike, 1500 watt, 48 volt, and I don't know the top speed on it yet, but it goes pretty good. I just tested it tonight when I finally got it all wired up right, because these speed controls don't come with any directions. Those are kind of a pain, but I got it figured out. And yeah, any comments, questions, or anything to add, or maybe this helps somebody out there, any ideas or whatever, or if you got a comment you want to add to this about the brakes or anything, any part of it, go ahead and leave a comment. All right, thanks for watching.